right, we haven't been able to do one of these in a while. We're going to be talking about the Pacers versus Cavs game. The Pacers were able to win this game 135 to 126. We're going to start off with the Cavaliers, though. The first thing that I want to talk about is how the Cavs dominated on the glass. This is no surprise. The Cavs have both Allen and Mobley, who are both great rebounders. They combined for 9 offensive rebounds between them. But, the Cavs won the rebound battle 44 to 32 and 17 to 4 on the offensive glass. When you have 9 rebounds between your two starting bigs offensively, that's a pretty good thing. They both looked pretty good in this game. I'll touch up on them a little bit more. Allen especially, he gave 18 or 19 points. Was really good around the rim defensively and offensively. I do want to touch up on Garland and Mitchell. They both played really well this game. They both put up about 20. I think Mitchell might have almost put up 30. Yeah, Garland had 18 and Mitchell had 28. They both were able to shoot pretty efficiently, but the one thing that I want to talk about between the two, and I have not been able to see many Cavs games, so maybe this game was an anomaly. But one thing I noticed is that the offense really seemed like it was either Garland's turn or it was Donovan Mitchell's turn, possession to possession. It never really was like, okay, let's have Donovan Mitchell dribble for 8 seconds, see if he can create something, and then let's give it to Garland, see if he can create something. If not, let's go bail out to a big or a shooter, or see if, one of them can create a shot. But it really seemed like, okay, this is Donovan Mitchell's turn. Let's have him eat up the whole 24-second shot clock. He's going to be making the play. Garland go stand in the corner, or vice versa. Which there's nothing wrong with that. That can work, but I just don't think that that's using the offense to its fullest potential. One thing the Mavs I see do, and gosh, with Brunson was a big thing that they did was if Luka couldn't get anything going, he would pass to Brunson. Brunson would reset the offense, and he would cook. It would almost be like there's an 8-second time limit on how long they were going to go. And I didn't really see that for the Cavs. It was just more, okay, let's go see what Donovan Mitchell can do this possession. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they scored 126 points. The offense was clicking. They played really well. But that is one thing that I noticed about this offense is that it didn't seem like they're really playing Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell as a team together almost. Another thing where I think that they aren't using their offense to its full capabilities is the use of Evan Mobley, especially in this game. I don't know if it's because Miles Turner was down in the paint, but I did not see many to, if any, I think I saw 1 or 2, and I think they're a late clock situation, paint touches for Mobley. And I understand that Jarrett Allen is down there and Mobley can shoot and Jarrett Allen can't. But I do think that Mobley still works a lot better around the rim than he does from the outside, and I don't think they're really giving him the chance to make plays either. In college, he definitely showed that he could make plays, but I don't know, that's neither here nor there. This game really reminded me, at least the way they used Mobley, of how the Suns have been using DeAndre Ayton. And I think a lot of people, including myself, will say that the Suns are not using DeAndre Ayton to its fullest potential. And from the track that they're using Mobley at the moment, I would have to tend to agree. Granted, I have not been able to see many Cavs games, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe Mobley, this is who Mobley is. I do want to point out that the Cavs played a really, really fast-paced game, this basketball game, especially in the first half. I don't know if they always did that, but I just remember 3 possessions in a row. They were out in the break. I think they scored in all 3, so I can't count. It's not a bad thing or anything, but it was really surprising, especially from a Mavs fan who plays the slowest offense in the league. It was fun to see a team who's out and running. The last player that I want to mention is Caris LeVert. Similar to Mobley, I didn't see them using him that often, except for in the second quarter for a little bit, where he's creating his own shot. I think LeVert has the ability to do that. They're more sticking him in the corner. Granted, I believe he was matched up on Halliburton for most of the game, so he was probably using most of his energy on defense, where that's where you want him at the moment, considering that Mitchell and Garland. But They really didn't let him create his own shot, which again, I don't think that's using the offense to its fullest potential. And the last thing that I want to comment about the Cavs was that one of the last possessions of the game, I want to say there's around 45 seconds left. They had the ball, and I don't know what Donovan Mitchell was doing. They had it either off a rebound or an inbound. They were down 5. He dribbled down the court and took a really quick contested 3 to cut it to a 2 point lead, and it just was a bad shot. I don't even know if it hit rim. I don't know what Mitchell was doing. It kind of put the Cavs completely out of the game. It was just a really bad play by him. But let's move on to the Pacers, who won this game. Okay, so before I go talking into the players for the Pacers, I want to talk about a defensive adjustment that they made at the half. And this is a credit to Garland and Mitchell as well, and how much gravity they pull. They were pulling gravity the whole game, letting people get open because, you put more people on them. But one thing that I noticed in the second half, especially in the third quarter, is that the Pacers started blitzing screens and doing what I don't know what the actual term is, but I would call a soft double team, where they always had a helper nearby. And this really hurt Mitchell and Garland. It was whoever had the ball. Like I said, it seemed like they were taking turns. They would do that. And this was a quarter that they really won defensively. The Cavs only scored 28 points that quarter, and the Indiana was able to score 35. Granted, that quarter, Halliburton made like 33s, and so did Hield. Hield was the human torch this game. Let's move on to the players. We're going to start off with Buddy Hield, who I just said was the human torch. He made 5 threes. He made the quickest 3 in NBA history. I think he made it with 7 seconds into the game, which is absolutely nuts. He had like 25 points, but all I remember was him shooting 3s. There was just this time in the third quarter where he hit 3 back-to-back, and they were all just crazy shots, and I was just like, okay, yeah, he's just on one today. This is Buddy Hield. The other player who was insane for the Pacers this game, and he's been insane all season from at least the stats I've seen. This is the first game I've been able to watch this year, was Tyrese Halliburton. I have no idea what Peja Stojakovic has been smoking, but this dude is an all-star caliber player in my opinion, and at least in my opinion, he can be one of the better players on an NBA championship team. He just showed a lot of things in this game. One, he hit 6 threes. I remember there was a possession where he got Jared Allen onto him on a screen. I know it's a whole big, but this was really impressive to me. He just sized him up, didn't do a move or anything. Jared Allen thought he was going to drive, and Halliburton just stopped and pulled up for a 3 and just drained it from 3 feet beyond the arc, and that just really stood out to me. He just hit a bunch of 3s. He did that a couple times. He looked really comfortable with the ball. He looked really comfortable leading this offense. He had 9 assists in this game. He was really able to distribute the ball very well. He helped Buddy Hield get a couple of his shots. He helped a lot of his players get a lot of shots. He was able to drive. He was mixing up the offense. He was pulling a lot of gravity. But when he stepped off the court, the offense really did stagnate, in my opinion, except for one player who really helped to jumpstart it, and I didn't even realize he did until I looked at the stat sheet, and that was Bennedict Mathurin. Bennedict Mathurin is the rookie for the Pacers. He had the quietest 23 points I think I've ever seen in my life. I watched this game and I was looking out for him, and I still didn't realize he had 23 points. Nothing he did was staggering me. He shot 7 for 14, but he did get to the free throw line 9 times. And I was looking at his stats, and it seems like he averages about 5 free throw attempts a game. That was hard to say. Which is really good for a rookie. He really helped jumpstart the offense when it was stagnant. When Halliburton was off the court, he was able to get some buckets. And I believe he might be second in Rookie of the Year voting, preliminary so far. He's been having a great season so far. The other player that I want to talk about is Miles Turner. He had 6 blocks. Do I have to say anything else? He had 6 blocks. Come on. He had 6 blocks, 14 points. Jeez. And this is the thumbnail of the video. And I'm just gonna let this play out. There's nothing I can say about this. This really sealed the game for me. It was like with 145 left, the Pacers had all the momentum, and Aaron Nesmith did this.
Buddy again, guarded by Garland.
Yeah, he couldn't get into a shooting motion. Whoa! No! He just punished. But take that. I mean, Nesmith was fired up.